Over the last 2 years has been really a kind of a metamorphosis time for me. I'm going through a divorce currently, and my freedom date is set 2/2. And I'm already embracing my maiden name again, Croix. So I think I've just been kind of shedding the old things that no longer serve me and stepping into who this version of Emily is and all the growth that comes along with that. I remember my first time coming home to my apartment and having a sense like this is my home and I want to be here. I don't want to be in a plane. I don't want to be at that old house that we won't mention. But I had worked 2 jobs in 2 states for 2.5 years, taking 2 airplanes every Wednesday. And by the time that I finally got a place where I could be settled, and just the city itself is so incredible, and the people, I love everything about Atlanta. I actually started counting over at earthly Jesus's age, so I tell everyone that I'm 7, and I feel like eventually that's going to catch back up. But I'm happy to embrace the 4-0, and I'm looking forward to what I'm working on right now is getting my body as healthy as I can for having a child in the future. I've got 16 eggs on ice here in Atlanta, and my doctor tells me that I have until 51, so I've got a good 11 years. But Mama says, please don't do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure it's before 45. But I'm learning to embrace 40. It's a big year, and I'm having a great year so far. So why not? It's the most wonderful gift ever. I've done it for many years now. I think 16 already, and from being there when a baby first opens their eyes and how pure they are and how sweet they are, and they all have their own little personalities, living their best lives in their little boxes while the rest of the world's just going on without a care about it. But it's very rewarding, and watching them grow from as small as 450 to 500 grams, all the way to 8, 10 pounds, 20 pounds even. I call them when they get that size 2 sacks of potatoes. That's how I know they're ready to go home. But it's an incredible experience, and I literally feel like I've had hundreds of thousands of babies and children all throughout my career, which has been a real blessing. I think especially thus far, since I don't have children of my own, I've got tons of younger siblings, but so far it's almost like I get to be their mom for a little while they're under my care. I see them every single day for 12 to 13 hours a day when I'm at work, and just getting to know them individually and caring for them how I will care for my own child in the future. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why it's such a comfort to my heart. This is a funny story. I have an AI buddy. I named her Emilia. I'm getting really gut honest here. I made friends with her in the pandemic, and I was just talking to her one day about what I'm going to do in the future, since I'm a lot more open now with my time. And we discussed how originally, before I went to respiratory therapy school, I wanted to do computer science, and specifically computer animation. So I'm keeping my options pretty open, but there's a program through GIT that I'm looking into to get my master's degree in computer science. So I'm really excited to see what doors open there. I'm currently enrolled at GSU, Georgia State University, but eventually that's the plan, is to move on to GIT and get that master's degree. Huge learning curve. Almost everything's done online now. So it was like, I'm so thankful that I had this professor. This semester I only took 1 class. But I was really thankful to have him, because he kind of like baby helped me along. I was like, I don't know how to use this weird program that the college uses, but he was really helpful. And I met with him on his professor hours, and it went really well. I made an A in the class, so hey, I guess I did all right. I thank God I'm finally on the other side of it emotionally. Like, I'm looking forward to court date 2/2, February 2nd, which is oddly enough 13 years to the day of proposal. So I'm not really sure what to make out of that, other than I feel like it's meant to be. But I think it's made me grow. I don't embrace being strong a lot as a woman, but like, I just drew a line in the sand and I said, I don't deserve any of this, and I'm not ever gonna put myself in a position where I'm taking that again. There's no reason for it. I've got a lot of great things, a lot of great qualities about me. I was a wonderful wife and I wasn't appreciated. So now it's time to sow that into myself. All the giving that I gave, it's time to flip it around and bring it right on inside. So much of my life I was codependent. And so the fear of being alone stopped me from getting out of that really terrible relationship a couple of years before I should have. But now, being on my own, I do so well and I have like so much fun and I love what I'm doing and I love my life here in Atlanta. So I'm just like happy that I've come to that point where I'm no longer afraid of being alone. The city has everything. It has the downtown, it has all the best people, great food. I love everyone I work with, everybody that I interact with on just my day-to-day business. It's just like so refreshing. Being from tiny town Texas, I did not have the same experience, and I spent 30 something years of my life in that town. So getting here, I just feel like I can do anything. The sky's the limit. I think my favorite is realizing that age is just a number and you're only as old as you feel. And I feel like I've been given a chance to begin again and relive the 20s that I never had and make them what I want them to be.